Hello, warriors. For those who know me, you can see that I'm back using my really thick glasses, which I never use normally, and that's because I have a huge sty in my eye. I don't know if you can see, but like this eye is almost closed. It's really strange. A sty, for those who don't know, is an eyelid infection, and it can have various causes. And I was like exploring some of the causes because I was, what the fuck, this same thing just happened to me 2 months ago, and it wouldn't go away, and I had to have a surgery. It happens again. Why? Well, a medical explanation can be one of the causes, but another one would be a psychological one, psychosomatic one. And actually, a lot of the things that happen to us physically have psychological causes. Like, for example, I had gastritis around, I would say, 6 months ago. And I went to hospital. It was horrible. My stomach was hurting like hell. And the doctor said it was related to stress because I wasn't slowing down. I was pushing myself too hard, etc. And I don't know if you guys believe in this, but I have heard about this author called Louise Hay, and I think I'm going to buy a book of her. I don't totally believe in this kind of things because I do believe a lot in psychology. So I think most of the causes of things have quote unquote scientific psychological basis inside of our brains. So what's going on inside of our brains then transmits to the rest of our body. But Louise Hay um, talks about the body as in a symbolic kind of way. So, for example, she says if you have an infection, it's because you're angry. And if you have a sty, actually, she does talk about styes, it's because you're angry at something you're seeing. And a lot of people would say that sty is occur if you are angry at your partner, for example, because you spend a lot of time with your partner. And coincidentally, I did take a break from my relationship recently. And I was writing a letter to her to express my feelings and why I asked for the break. And that's when the sty bursts. And I think that has to do with, yeah, I was finally expressing some anger that I had piled up and I didn't in the past. And I didn't even know that I was angry because she did nothing to me. She's super great. But there's something there that has to be worked on, mainly from my side. um, Writing about things really, really helps. I don't know if you guys are the writing type, but if you are, I mean, this is fascinating, really, and this is like the second time in such a short period of time where it happens to me, and I'm starting to really believe in it. Maybe not in a symbolic, spiritual way, but in a way that yes, you can become angry, and your body can start producing, cortisol, the stress hormone, and that can reveal itself in time in terms of an infection. That's totally possible, you know, and it's like it's out there, chakras theories and things like that. Well, you can believe it or not believe it, but it has kind of like a reason to be symbolic in that way. For example, the chakra theory says that if your throat is like hurting or there's something in your throat, it means that you're not expressing yourself fully. And that can be because that can be that your brain associates the throat with expressing itself, and therefore your body expresses itself through this inflammation of the throat. So this the same thing with my eye, possibly. And the same thing if you have any kind of disease and you don't know what's going on, or this recurrent thing, or this thing that came out of nowhere, and you think that, or I'm telling you, maybe that should be that is maybe a good opportunity to work on it. My way of working on it lately has been writing. I've been processing a lot from my writing. But then again, I am originally a writer, so that's my means of expression. Other means might be, for example, going through a long walk, going for a trip, and just spending time with yourself, meditating, guided meditations, therapy, of course, talking to your friends, um, whatever you feel is necessary. What is this illness telling you? Is there something that you're pushing down? Because normally that's it. Like, expresses something that you're pushing down, and then you have to express even mental illness. I know Louise Hay talks about mental illness, and I haven't gone through the whole book that she wrote on that, on the topic of diseases yet. I'm going to order it, and I'm sure I'll give you some feedback once I'm done. But yeah, even mental illness can be an expression. I'm realizing, and I'm coming to the realization that my episode, my mental breakdown that I had last year, maybe had roots in my childhood, because maybe it did come after a breakup, and maybe I associated that breakup with my separation with my family. I thought my breakdown was due mainly to withdrawals of a medication, which it was, but maybe it was also because I felt like my inner child went completely crazy. So, what is the cause of what's happening to you? Um, don't run away from it. Express it. Deal with it. Draw if you want to draw. Some people draw, you know, and listen to your body, because the mind and the body are connected. This is a cliche, but we don't listen to it. And sometimes we punish our body, we push our body, we pump it with antibiotics, we pump it with pills, which are necessary sometimes. But you can't just shut it down. You have to listen to it, you have to deal with it. What is it trying to tell you? I'm working on it now, exactly at this point. So I'm getting through my own conclusions. But what are your conclusions? Do you have any? I would love to hear it. This is also a bit new to me, so I would love it if you would maybe have some ideas on topic and like to share it with me. Okay, I wish you happy healings. Literally.